Right, OBS recording is go. Discord stream is go. But for those of us on the benefit of watching this on the recording, we were originally going to play Obsidian Knoll. YarSkor has fataled 3 times, even after a computer restart. So I have allowed Warring to pick any map out of the banned map pool, and he has decided Andalusia. So that is where we are. And on the right, playing as the purple Scorpion cell, we have YarSkor, who's currently 2-0 up, by the way. His opponent, playing as the blue Last Bastion, we have Warring. I will point out, this was the exact same matchup intended for Obsidian Knoll as well, so not a lot has changed. But welcome to Andalusia. I'm fairly certain this isn't the first time this map has been picked or played in this tournament, but it's the first time I've seen it. So let's go. We've got a fair amount of money. We've got some gems out here, but you have to expand because while you do have huge ore fields available to you, they're not exactly what I would call close to your base. So you have to conduct a rather sizable base crawl, which immediately puts foe at a bit of a disadvantage, considering base crawling is not one of their strong suits. But you can use a wind trap down here with this kind of placement. And you will note that actually Warring has moved his MCV slightly off to the right so he can achieve this kind of base crawl. Very nice wind trap placement as well, so if he goes for War Factory, yep, he'll no doubt place that here and then a refinery there. As we look towards YarSkor, I smell, yep, that is in fact double refinery. Tech power plants available for both players, by the way. So, whilst Warring doesn't necessarily need the wind trap, it's definitely good to aid in the base crawl. As there are also a fair number of ore decks. Both players get a single tech machine shop available to them. Warring has elected not to capture his yet. And there are also a fair number of ore decks, one immediately available in your base, and then I believe there's another one. Oh, we've got tech docks down here as well, tech maintenance as well. Yep, there we go. There's a second oil derrick there, and there in the water, surrounded by fences. So you're going to need some amphibious transport. In the case of phone, a Jackal Lancer will do. In the case of Epsilon, get a man jet, unfortunately. No, I'm deadly serious. Unless an archer has the range to shoot from this little tip here into the fence, which I'm not entirely sure if it does, might do, then there's no way you're getting a driller over there, so you're going to have to use a man jet to crush the fence. Soviets run a Borello over the fence. Allies get a Voyager. Same problem as... actually no, a GGI will definitely be able to hit the fences down there, so he'll be able to splash them and you can get a Stallion. So you see a rather sizable infantry force out from YarSkor. So he's elected not to bother with a base crawl at all after the War Factory. He's straight up moved his MCV all the way over. Whereas we see Warring already out here with 2 refineries on the ore field, a sizable number of Minamites. He's actually not doing too badly on the economy. These gems have no ore drill, so he's just going to let a single Minamite mine them out. Not exactly the most efficient play, I'd say, but yeah, whatever floats your boat. We see a second War Factory come out. Okay, interesting decision there. Likely just to get even more Minamites. We see a number, we see a single engineer leave the base. Probably going to try and capture the tech maintenance. For what purpose, I'm not sure. As YarSkor just takes a peek around the map. Yeah, a bit of a closed map. It's quite one of the largest maps as well. I think at least one of the widest maps in the tournament so far in Andalusia. I think this was originally intended to be a 2v2 map, where you could have one player start here and another player start down here, or over here as well. This one's a little bit small for base building, so this one was the preferred position. But it looks like Speeder's gone ahead and made it a 1v1 map anyway, which we're now seeing it played here. We've got a tech concrete bunker here, another tech concrete bunker there. We've got a bridge choke point here on top of another high ground choke point. A rather large ledge, but it's not that much wider, and it's still out onto high ground, and again only another bridge choke point here. You do also have another choke point here, for both the players. We see a condor, in fact 2 condors. But there's rather a lot of archers. I don't rate this one's survival chances, but it looks like he's just here to do some scouting. But anyway, back to the map. So you do have these little plateaus down here, which allow amphibious units to come up towards your base. I know, Abdo, yes, I'm going to out you here. And for those of us who have not played with Abdo on Andalusia as of yet, one of his engineered tactics for this tournament was the use of going triple war factory as Pacific Front, getting a naval yard to use for concurrent robot tank production, and then just throwing them at the enemy using this choke point here. It's an interesting tactic, to say the least. And of course, because neither of these players are Pacific Front, it's not exactly relevant here. And the Condors start opening up. They kill a random civilian, so phone going up should be in the Hague for war crimes right now. They don't actually kill any of the Epsilon units down here. They've got the tech machine shop, they've got the repair stingers, they crush another civilian, so everybody's now been inundated for war crimes as we now move them up. Now there's actually a sizable infantry force here that could stop them, and there are a number of minor mites, but I think the Mantis tanks have enough alpha damage for Waring response with his infantry. Groups all of the minor mites up in a defensive huddle, and I don't see a single one go down. Crush. A couple of the Stingers are all dead. The Mantis tanks are still here. Gets a good scout into Waring's base now. Does pick up the minor mite for the... Oh, no. Oh! The minor mite lives and it's full of gems as well. Decides instead to dive on the tech power plant. He's not going to be able to kill it. The Condors show up. And with the repairs here, they're definitely going down this time. But he might actually get the tech power plant. Oh, he does get it just by the skin of his teeth as well. But that doesn't depower Waring. In fact, it just means he's going to have to build another wind trap. Does sell off a railgun turret. A sensible decision, because if he kept that, I wouldn't depower him. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I need to know what this is. It is a Tyrant. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the first Tyrants of the match. That is a genuine tier 3 from YarSkor. We're starting to see Tyrants. How is Waring going to play this one? There's not a lot of options available to Waring. The option 1 naturally is to just sit in his base and turtle for the Tyrants. Or rather, the Tyrant in this particular case. Option 2 is to scatter a bunch of Huntresses around and then manually have them steal said Tyrants, which is not great. That's very micro intensive, and you may as well just leave your army behind. It does divert your attention quite a lot. Option 3, spam railgun turrets everywhere, but he doesn't remotely have the power for that. And option 4, turn mono grids, which not the best option. You know, he sees it. He definitely sees it, because remember, Huntresses are detectors these days. Looks like the Condors just go looking around. We start to see a second Tyrant. And I hear another one turn its way down under here, so we've got 3 Tyrants on the field roughly. As it starts opening up on the soil deck, there's another Tyrant. Okay, so probably 4 Tyrants now, I suspect. He might actually get the soil deck, but he's going to want to be careful with them. Oh, he loses it. He doesn't get the steal despite the fact it's available. That one does get away though. So back down to 3 Tyrants. So this one's going to try and go for tier 3, I think. Something else blows up. Oh, we've got Malva in with the minor mite fields as well. Gonna want to be careful. Yep, so we've got 2 minor mites dead as of this moment. Has he been revealed? Doesn't look very cloaked to me. But yeah, no, Condor's just able. Okay, there we go. Stealth is finally comes into play. Not sure what's going on with Malva there. I think it might be lingering stuff detector bug. I think Waring's main game plan here though is just mass Condors. I think that's all there is to it. Mass Condor. Okay, we've got a couple of Sodar arrays coming in as well. Neutralize. Okay, so Waring's plan is just spam based defenses everywhere. More of them, more crop up, more emerge. I think it is all just... Okay, we've stopped Tyrant production. Now that is a lot of archers as well. Shit. Going in for mass Gatling tanks, mass archers. Probably a couple of oxidizers we'll go and miss here either. No, YarSkor doing exactly what he needs to do. Keeps Warring bottled up, stops him from marching over. So I think Warring's infantry and Condor force alone could probably just walk over to YarSkor and kill him. But with the Tyrant threat, he can't do that, not until he's got his defenses up. A couple of more Sodar arrays. There we go. Which also have the odd niche of boosting Godsbane, or Giantsbane damage, and in fact any other unit that uses the Golden Rocket, for those of us who don't know that. So, it is a very niche application of the Sodar array, mainly useful for Last Bastion, so I think that's Sweepers, Giantsbanes, Strike Nests, Terratorns, which are all eligible for a buff from the Sodar array. Oh, actually, and Whip Rays as well, but Whip Rays are shit, so count them. A couple of Riot Beams active. Oh my god, look, half the infantry force there just gets absolutely rinsed and not a single Condor goes down, but I think we're going to lose these guys to default aggro as well. Yep, there they go. Still no Condor deaths. A couple of smoking up. Oh, hello. It's a bad time for a naval shipyard. Goes for Mortar-Light production, but I don't think it's going to live long enough to actually get the North and South. Uragan starts showing up as well, so... Oh, wow, look at that! Infantry continues to evaporate. Uragan finishes off the naval shipyard. There was no way. That was just bad timing. Honestly, if you want to get decent value out of that naval shipyard... Oh, the Tyrants start cleaning up. They get a refinery. They're going to claim the tech machine shop as well, so no more auto-repair for the Condors. That's an excellent pickup from YarSkor, as the Condors continue to maintain a menace. I heard a random sweeper drop and sweeper deploy, probably down here somewhere. Could be over here. No? Oh, no, they're over there. I think they're in these two tiles, right next to the tree. Okay, we've started to see the first Condor death. There we go. Oh, that is a huge Devourer shot there from Warring. Claims more than about, well, half. Okay, a sizable number, not half, but definitely not zero. Oh, look at the Condors go. Although we are starting to lose them in great amounts. I think we're only down to 4 Condors now, maybe even 3. Sorry, I've miscounted. 5 Condors. But honestly, they've got mad value. Uragan just absolutely rinses the Gatling tanks. Jesus, that was not worth it for YarSkor. That was a huge chunk of his army. Tyrants have still been an absolute menace. They've picked up another 2 wind traps, I think. And yet, it sells off the neutralizer. But they are seen at almost every turn by the Sodar arrays. So YarSkor will want to be careful. He'll want to expand at some point as well. He's completely bankrupt. But where even are his miners? His miners are all down here, which is quite the long distance mine. No MCV in production though, so... How YarSkor wants to expand is anybody's guess. Miner might slightly better at the long distance mining game, but of course when you've got reprocessing, you absolutely rinse your opponent's army, you are going to be sat on 10k. So, Warring does hold all of the cards here. Especially as he moves his MCV down here, likely yet... Oh no, another war factory, not a refinery. Okay. Soon, once this war factory is built, he will be able to expand and put a refinery down here. He'll likely pack up and move down here next as well. Sticking to Condor production on 4 war factories, soon to be 5. Okay, yep, nope, okay, that must have been the war factory put down. Sweeper drop comes in to try and defend his expansion. A reasonable call. Oh. Warring establishes that Condor riot guns does not, in fact, blow up the fences around, or chain link fences, which is a little bit of a disappointment considering you think they would be able to after how much they rinse infantry. You see veteran piranhas hit the field, which is... it's a decision, I'll give it that. There we go, that's the alternative to expansion for YarSkor. He's got a war rig down here, he just needs to remember to deploy it. I don't think he does know that. I think he's forgotten that it's there, as he looks like he's focusing on his main army, which is probably going to meet the foe infantry force now. But, well, I wouldn't stay grouped up like that, not with the Condors coming in. He's got next to no anti-infantry, it's all concentrated in the Gatling tanks. Giant Spain opens up. That's a good devourer as well. Oh, good shots from the riot beams there from the Condors, but he loses 2 of them. There's the enragement, but I don't think that's going to save him at all. This infantry force is just not suited to kill any of Waring's infantry either. He's just going to go to town on him, even with the rage. It's not a good engagement. The Tyrants in the backline, though, they get the depower. They're going to start rinsing out some of the tech. They do get the Cloud Pierce, so that means no more Condors for Waring. Excellent decision. He needs to pick up the reprocessor next, and then maybe the tier 3. But it looks like they're moving over here, judging by the reaction of the Condors. I can't pick up any of the bloody Tyrants by moving my mouse around. So we see the first reset of the game. I'm not entirely sure what this reset can achieve. I mean, it will definitely be able to kill the expansion, kill some of these structures, but it won't be able to hit anything here or back here. Although we'll be able to get the reprocessor, might get the barracks actually as well. Anyway, YarSkor's got bigger fish to fry right now. He has absolutely no infantry killing potential. He's trying to get viruses, which is absolutely what he needs to try and fight under the Chimera Corps. But Waring can literally just walk right through here and absolutely rinse everything. Forces him away from the Chimera Corps. There's a monolith Gatling tank, but he's past the defenses now. He's going to dive on the power grid. Yep, there we go. First of 2 viruses start to hit the field. We've got a couple of spooks. They try and get the Huntresses, but they are not successful. These viruses are going to have to work overtime whilst he's still got power. In fact, no, he doesn't even have power anymore, so it's going to take ages for these viruses to train. There's the nanosync as well. Oh dear. Infantry do start dying, but I think this is good night Vienna for YarSkor here. Just the nanosync infantry absolutely cleave through a structure and infantry vehicle alike as well. These viruses are not the fastest things on the planet. The Gatling tanks try and claim a couple of the Condors, but it's not quite enough. You just don't have the numbers, and the Condors do. Light armor versus dual heavy machine guns is never a good combination. I think the viruses are all dead now as well. There's a couple of sweepers added in here just for the extra annoyance. I think this is it for YarSkor. Oh no, a couple of the Piranhas come back to try and claim some of the kills on the Condors. Do Piranhas have AoE? I'm not actually sure if they do, but it's not going to make a difference anyway. The main base of of YarSkor is in total shambles. There's a dead MCV. Not going to have a war factory in a minute. In fact, he's not going to have anything. Gari will show up, taking the shortcut across the sea just to add insult to injury. We've got sweepers parked outside the war factory. There's just nothing YarSkor can do. Recef tries to make something work. It does claim the extra refineries down here. It's going to claim the MCV. But this isn't even a base trade. The Garials, I think, from the high ground can only just claim this one, and the Condors can easily claim that. But you've got 2 war rigs and 2 naval yards to your name. I don't know what you can make work here, especially to land a killing blow. Okay, I do think YarSkor is officially going for a base trade now. As we've got the Tyrants piling as well. Only 3 of them left, however. Oh no, sorry, correction, 5. The Recefs don't quite get involved just yet, though. Well, he's going to take advantage of the slow movement time from the last bastion. He calls in the tech maintenance to handle the single Gario, whilst Warwick desperately tries, well, I say desperately, tries and figures out what the hell's going on. This base trade could actually work. He's not going to go for the kill on these war rigs or the bloody tech or naval yards. He definitely knows they're there. Malva shows up at the back. Oh my god. I think YarSkor might just win this. What is Waring doing? Okay, finally we see some response from Waring. It might be too little too late. Piranhas pick up one Gario.
Player defeated.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I should ask some questions. Eh? I'm confused. Drunk, I'm going to direct you. Drunk and Alstar's not even here.